Good day, everyone. Today we're talking about Abiku. Now, Abiku are children that are given birth to by the mother and then die early, and then the mother keeps giving birth to children that keeps dying. So there are a lot of spiritual and theories about the birth of Abiku. But today I'm going to talk about the medical explanation of Abiku. Now, I'm sure most of us have heard about the blood groups that say somebody is A positive, A negative, B positive, and B negative. Now, that's negative and positive that are on the blood group are what we call rhesus factor. Now, somebody that has A positive, meaning the person has rhesus factor on the membrane of the red blood cell. The person that is A negative, meaning there's no rhesus factor on the membrane. And this is actually what causes the abico problem. Now, we know that baby's blood and the mother's blood don't mix while the baby is in the womb. If the mother is A negative, for instance, and the baby is A negative, there will be no problem. Now, if the mother is A positive and the baby is A negative, there'll still be no problem. But the problem comes when the mother is A negative and the baby is A positive. That rhesus factor that the baby has causes problem when the two blood mix together. Since the mother's blood is rhesus negative, meaning the body does not have rhesus factor, and the baby's blood has rhesus factor, the mother's immune system will see the baby's blood as a foreign substance and then produce antibodies against the rhesus factor from the baby in the mother's blood. And these antibodies now will just be ready. The first baby that causes desensitization actually escapes the problem because it's already out of the body. Now it's the next pregnancy that is coming up. That is the next pregnancy that these antibodies now will cross the placenta to go and meet the baby and start destroying the red blood cell of the baby. Now, this process is called hemolysis. Now, during hemolysis, certain substances are released, such as bilirubin. And bilirubin causes jaundice. When the concentration is actually low, we call it physiologic jaundice. But when it is high, it can cause a lot of problem. Can cause brain damage, cause learning disability for the child later on in life. Situation is called hemolytic disease of the newborn. How do the baby's blood and the mother's blood mix? Now, one of the ways they can get the blood can mix together is through um, abortion or miscarriage in a pregnancy that is greater than 12 weeks. Now, when there's abdominal trauma, maybe during accident or anything that can cause abdominal trauma to the mother while she's pregnant, can cause the mixing of the two blood together. Another one is during delivery. Now, during delivery, there are a lot of blood mixing. The mother is bleeding, and in some cases, the baby also bleeding. So the blood can actually move through this process. And these are the ways in which the blood gets in contact. How do we prevent hemolytic disease of the newborn that causes Abiku in our language that we use in Nigeria? First is we give anti-D immunoglobulin. Now, anti-D immunoglobulin, what it does is simple. It goes and destroys the red blood cell of the baby in the mother's blood before the mother's immune system forms antibody against the rhesus factor from the baby. What it does again is destroys the rhesus factor from the mother's blood. And if those things are not in the mother's blood, the mother will not be able to mount any defense, such as antibodies against the baby's blood. Now, if a woman is pregnant and you go for antenatal, they'll ask you to do your blood group. Now, after doing your blood group and they see that you don't have rhesus factor, meaning let's say for instance, now you have A blood group such as A, you have B, AB, and then O. Now, if for instance, if you are in this category and then your blood has negative on it, meaning you don't have the rhesus factor. Now, if you don't have the rhesus factor, it is assumed that the baby you are carrying in your womb is rhesus positive, meaning the baby has rhesus factor. So you'll be giving this anti-D immunoglobulin just for prevention. Now, again, it's given when a woman has miscarriage, a pregnant woman has miscarriage, for a baby that is greater than 12 weeks of gestation. The anti-D immunoglobulin is also given. If a woman has trauma to the stomach, anything that causes trauma to the stomach, the woman is also given the anti-D immunoglobulin. And then it can also be given routinely. For a pregnancy that is greater than 28 weeks. So in these instances, the anti-D immunoglobulin is given to prevent this hemolytic disease of the newborn, in what we call Abiku in our own language also.